Okay, after 2 days of drying the 3-pound ball that I'm ready to trim, and this is what I usually do when after I finish throwing my balls. Once I find out the rim is firm enough, I will turn it upside down and let it dry all the way till I'm ready to trim. Because usually the rim is drying faster than the bottom. Bottom you have more clay, so it dries slower. So once you find out that the rim is firm enough, just get 2 pieces of bat and then you turn it upside down on the sandwich and flip over and let it dry all the way. So that the drying process will be more even, the rim and the bottom. So when you trim, you don't trim it down too wet on the bottom. Okay. And again, before I start to trim, I also like to know how thick the bottom is. I have experience, so I know I can just by tapping the bottom to hear the sound when to stop. But if you have my measuring tool that I invented, you actually only need 2 pieces. If you have 3 pieces, it's even easier. You can see that the reading right away and then subtract it. And what if your ball is too wide, and then the measure tool is only like this wide? Oh, you see that I have a smaller set. This set is not going to fit in the ball, but you still want to measure it. What do? Okay, let's use this one for checking, the smaller one that is not going to long enough to hold it on the rim. So what do? So here's the weight. You can find 2 pieces of a wooden ball, okay, or some kind of sticks that you can cross over the middle, so you can extend it that maybe your ball this wide and you can still measure it. Okay, this is how you do. I put the parallel here and then put the smaller ruler right in the middle, and then you check it, and then check it outside. You move it here and then you check it outside. So that's how you measure it. Here I have even better one that can find 2 rulers, 2 aluminum rulers. I'm gonna hang it over in the middle and put the one with the hole in the middle, in the center, and then you check it. So you can measure this. Okay, my reading is 94. And then you remove this and take this to the side. And then you measure here. And the reading is 108. You subtract 108 to 94. You come up with 14. Okay, 14. So that's how you know how thick the bottom is. That is 14 millimeters. Okay, so with that 14 millimeters, so when you trim, you will know that how far you can go. Usually I would like to leave about 3 millimeters right here in the center, so it means that I can remove 11 millimeters of the clay in the center. Okay. Alright, so now let's center. You can use the clay coil to hold it. I usually use 4 pieces of the coil to hold the clay down. So make sure when you are squeezing the clay coil, you want to push down the pot so you don't push your part away. Because you not like me that I'm very quick to tap center, but if you use a needle to check the center, and once you have center, and then you don't hold down your part and you push it away, so make sure that you hold it down. Okay. And usually you could use a needle, or I use the corner of my trimming tool. This is number 2, that shoulder trimming tool, and you can maybe give yourself a little guideline where you want your foot rim be. So this will be your foot rim, and then here in the middle, the clay, you don't need it, you can remove it, and also the clay from here in the corner, you can remove it too. So this is what I usually do, and I usually hold my tool and cut it all the way to the first line, the outside line. So give myself a little bit idea how wide the foot rim will be, and just roughly trim about it here. And since I know the thickness is 14, and I would like to cut it maybe 11 millimeters, so just to give me a roughly idea that 11 millimeters is about this. Okay. And then I will keep on removing the clay in the center. So maybe let me check it, because you don't want to cut through and you don't want to leave too much clay here either. So the 14 millimeters, and can just bring the measuring tool back, and then I just check it here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's around 5. Okay. 5 millimeters, so I could go 6 millimeters deeper. I have lots of years of experience, so usually by tapping the song I would know when to stop. But since if you are just learning to throw, this would be a very good way to learn the song too, so that you got an idea how thick this is. And now it's about 9, so 9 millimeters sounds like this. Okay, 9 millimeters. Actually, 9 millimeters. So mine, it's about 5 millimeters here now. Okay, because I have 9. So 14 minus 9 is 5 millimeters thick. So it sounds like this, and I could cut 2 more millimeters in. Double checked the final check. So yeah, this is about 11 deep, so means that I did clear about 3 millimeters here. Okay, I don't know if you can tell the difference. Once the wall is thinner, the pitch sounds higher. And I will just finish it up and taking care of the outside. So I usually like to trim to the right thickness, and then everything else is depending on the guideline here, that I usually like to have an inside corner and the outside corner same height. Since this part is right, so if I check the outside and inside corner that is same height, and that I will remove the clay so I don't leave too much clay here. Right, so now the outside and inside is about the same height. I will just go ahead and finish up the foot a bit better. Usually put a little corner here, undercut right by the corner. So when I'm dipping in the glaze, hopefully the glaze will stop right there. And I don't usually glaze my foot. I did my bare foot. And for here, that I didn't even trim this part here. I could do a little less. Okay, now is the time. I try to level this part here. And when you try to level, you can spin the wheel very fast, and from the outside corner you can just go and push your tool in, and when you spin really fast you could cut it more level. You see that I hold my tool very steady and spin the wheel really fast. The reason why I'm cutting from outside, or you can cut it from the inside corner, is that if your foot is uneven and then you place your tool right on top of it, you're gonna go with the wave, so you could never cut it flat. So that's why you want it from the outside corner and spin very fast, and you can cut the foot level. Okay, and then I could remove a little bit clay here on the side. And this is what I usually do when I'm dragging my tool up. The cutting point is usually the corner. Okay, the corner, when you are using more, cut it from the corner, because the tool is firm, so your tool doesn't vibrate. If you're using more of the tip part, the tool sometimes vibrates. So, so when I'm dragging my tool, using the corner, and I move my tool steady, slowly, steady. Okay, and then then when I move it down, get my fingers here to stabilize my tool. Okay, I would say this is about right. Okay, right thickness. Maybe I could remove a little bit more clay on the bottom. Before I remove my clay, I like to put some chattering mark right here. So for chattering, I usually use my number 1. You can see that the difference. This one is longer, so when this part is longer, it helps the tool to trigger the vibration. Make sure that before you chatter, the tip, you want to sharpen your tip. Okay, the tip, so that you will cut it a little bit deeper, and you hold your tool at a certain angle. Okay, so usually this is like 90 degrees to that, and you hold it a little more and tip over a little bit, so when the clay meets the tip of your tool, start to push back your tool, so your tool start to vibrate. That's how you got a chatter mark. And when you are moving your tool, you have to move it slowly, but you want to spin your wheel a little bit faster. Okay, so you are cutting the dots that is very closer to each other at every time, so you got a nice texture here on the bottom for the chattering mark. And the whole process only take like 30 seconds, so you could go from here. I usually go to maybe a little bit less than half of the section here. Hold the tool longer because you want the tool to vibrate, so hold it longer. And I increase the speed of my wheel. And I usually, after I cut my chattering texture, I usually like to cut to a little lines there to define my chattering mark. And I use a brush to brush away that residual clay that stick right on the surface. Okay, get my stamp right on the foot. Okay, so that's the trimming for the footing. Here's the foot, and then I'm gonna remove the clay, the coil that hold down the pot. Remove it. Carefully remove it so you don't push it away. And still I want to take care of the corner because when I trim the coil, the clay coil is in the way, so I could not trim all the way down. And after I remove it, I could go ahead and trim it. But when you trim, you might because the clay is not using the water. Usually I use the water to hold it down, but today I want to show you if you don't use the water to hold down your pot, and after you remove, you still want to trim the corner. How do you do? Okay, so here's the spinner. Okay, the spinner, and I'm gonna hold it on here, but since when I'm trim the bottom here, there's a little bottom, so my spinner is not going to lay down flat. So I would put a piece of a CD disc right there, so that when I'm pushing, I'm hold down to it. Okay, I could put it in the center, it would be better. Okay, so that whole spinner is in the center while I'm trimming. So I'm hold on to it. So put down the pressure. So when I'm trim, this side force is not gonna push the ball away. Okay, so this is the idea that how I trim the bottom corner. So the spinner here, you hold on to it, and you can trim and remove. You don't need to trim the whole lot. You just need to connect the lines that you trim. That's all. So with this one, you see that I'm holding on to the pot, and the pot is not moving away from the center, and I could take care of the bottom corner. Okay, I don't have this for sale. Maybe in the future, I might have it on my Etsy. Okay, ETSY Etsy. So that's the trimming, and just use the sponge, the wet sponge, to clean up the rim. Okay, so you can see the cheddar mark. Let me bring it closer. So. Okay, thanks for watching.